Kudos Sonoda. I'm the GM of EA Chicago and the executive producer on Fight Night Round 3. Yeah, so I mean, I think, one of the great things about like games coming out of EA Chicago and, the Fight Night series in particular is that every year that we've put the game out, we've really brought kind of like a high level of gameplay innovation to each title, right? So Knockout Kings to Fight Night 2004, obviously huge difference, totally changed the way, boxing games are played. Fight Night 2004 to Fight Night Round 2, a bunch of great new control mechanics, the EA Sports Cutman game, the Haymaker, like all, really good innovative stuff. And I think for Fight Night Round 3, on current gen and next gen, that's one of the things we're really focused on, is always kind of bringing that same level of gameplay innovation to each title, regardless of the console, right? So the things we got in the game this year, again, this is current gen and next gen. First of all, it's like we've got these new impact punches is what we call them. So we've got 3 big impact punches. And, in boxing, like what separates boxing from every other sport is, in boxing, you're never out of the fight, right? At any time, one big punch can totally change the outcome of the fight. Through the total punch control system, you can drop somebody with a big, flash KO punch, right? Where it's like, boom, you hit them, their brain gets scrambled, they're about to go down, and you can really just move in and take them out. So even if they've been beaten on you for 10 rounds, you hit that flash KO moment punch, and they're really close to getting knocked down, you can go take them out. We've also got this great stun punch that, again, bam, totally scrambles their brain and puts you in a first-person mini-game, so a totally new mini-game, where you're from the defender's perspective, you can see the guy trying to punch you, and you're blocking, trying to get your way out of it. If he hits you with one big punch, you're dropped right away. Also in this year's game, we focused a lot on making sure that the licensed boxers fight just like they do in real life, right? And there's 3 big tests now we have for all of our licensed boxers. One is obviously it needs to look like them, right? But secondly, we go and take the textures off and just have a wireframe model in the game and put their animation on them and make sure hey, you can tell just by looking at their wireframe moving around who that boxer is. And we went especially mocap all the different boxer styles to make sure they fight, move around and punch and defend just like they do in real life. Then we go and we take the animations out and then just put that boxer's particular AI on the wireframe model. And if you can't see by the way they move who it is, or if you can't see by the way they fight who it is, then we go back and do more work on that character. So there's 3 big tests, and really trying to get the licensed boxers fighting just like their real life counterparts, which we didn't have at all last year, right? And then, yeah, we could have stopped there, but still we want to give that kind of ability to the player to build their own unique style, right? And in boxing, everybody fights differently, and the way you fight totally depends on what your style is and the way, how you punch and how powerful your punches are and how you block and how you move. So, last year we had the great, being able to sculpt your own character and make it look just like you. But now we can make the characters through our creative style fight any way that you want to fight. So you can go choose different punch styles, different defensive styles, different base movement styles, southpaw or orthodox, all combined together. All the fighting styles have different gameplay strengths and weaknesses. And the whole kind of boxing saying of styles make fights totally comes through in our game now, where depending on what your style is and how you fight makes a big difference in whether you're going to win or lose against particular boxers. I think in Fight Night 2004 and Fight Night Round 2, we did an awesome job at the fighting within the ring. When you're in the ring fighting, great fun, everyone loves it. In career mode, we had a title belt you could win, right? And it's you fight through your whole career and you get to the title belt, but there really weren't any little nuggets along the way to give you that same motivation as hey, winning the title belt. So you have a long period of time until you win the title belt, and then when you win the title belt, it's okay, well, what the hell, what else am I going to do, right? So it's now we've got within our career mode, and this is the thing that I think really excites people about boxing, is getting those big rivalries, right? All during your career, there's different boxers who come in and hey, you'll be weighing in and the guy will start trash talking you and punch you in the weigh-in, a fight will break out at the weigh-in, or hey, there's guys who beat you on early in your career and then is taunting you throughout the rest of your career, and his career goes up way up and you're lagging behind and you're just trying to catch up to him and get into another fight with him, and building each of those rivalries all throughout your career mode. So it's you've got different guys that it's you have an emotional vested interest in beating the living daylights out of them, and really that's what we wanted to do. So I mean, I think number one, the gameplay is perfectly suited for online. It's not a team sport, but I think that's what makes boxing perfect for the online gameplay. It's one-on-one, mano-a-mano. Not it has to be a 18-hour baseball game where you got to sit there for the longest time and it's oh my goodness, I don't have the time to play a whole baseball game, right? Boxing, you get in, bam, bam, quick fight, really satisfying, get to mix it up with somebody. And it's like, I think like, again, the gameplay is perfectly suited for online. But the stuff that like we really wanted to do with the online mode this year, and it's like, you've got like, weight classes that you can join and work through the rankings to win title belts, online, or doing a lot more of kind of like, special tracking people's achievements and like giving them special recognition and awards for that kind of stuff. So like the thing that's really annoyed me about online gameplay. So, in our game, right, you can go and like create a character and just build a totally, max rating character and like take it online, and everybody has the same ratings, and there's not really any advantage to having played the game or gone through career mode or anything else like that. It's like everybody's got the same ratings, and it's like, I don't know, to me that's kind of weak. You want to give somebody who like has played the game and gone through career mode and built their character up from, ground up to a title holder that that means something online, where right now it doesn't. And it's like, so, yeah, you can still go in and build a max rated character, but now in our career mode, through training and different abilities that you can unlock and like, different styles that you can develop over the course of your career, now you've got extra abilities and extra things like with your career mode character that you can take online that gives you advantages over the people who just like build a quick character and take it online right away. So again, my name's Kudo, I'm from EA Chicago, and the game is Fight Night Round 3. It's coming out this spring on Xbox 360, PS2, Xbox, and PSP. And if you want to come and feel the power of the impact punches, hey, just fire up Fight Night Round 3.